and welcome to another edition of Divine Love Talk. Today is Friday, November 22nd. We are going to get straight into the general reading and then straight into the love reading after we get through a few comments and see who is here and how you guys are doing on this frigid Friday. It is Venus Day. It is the start of Sagittarius season. I got super excited because my birthday is in 8 days. Some of you already have started showing me birthday love, and I appreciate it. Oodles and oodles and oodles. Happy birthdays, all of my fellow Sagittariuses. My Sagittarius risings, moons, Venuses, all of us. We all get to celebrate, right? Good things are coming. We just got to make it through this final moment of things hitting the fan. It's a good time to really get into your psalm work, right? You know, I love working with the psalms. And right now, on my other page, my business page, I've been encouraging folks to use Psalm 35 and 140, right? Recite Psalm 35 first thing in the morning when you open your eyes, and Psalm 140 last thing at night before you go to sleep. The last thing, like, don't do your prayers and then get on TikTok, right? Do all your TikToking before bed and definitely before your prayers. But if you are someone who is currently experiencing the evil eye, or it feels like every time you take 2 steps forward, you take 2 steps back, everything you've been doing to get yourself out of a situation hasn't been working, Psalm 35 first thing in the morning, and then Psalm 140 last thing at night. And then come back in 7 days and let us know how that worked out for you, because you're going to be coming back with some type of success story, some type of breakthrough. December, after we have this new moon, is definitely feeling like the month that we start to see breakthroughs coming in for those of you who have been doing the work and those of you who have been keeping the faith. That being said, I can feel that at least one of the moderators are around. So we're going to go ahead and start the general message. I haven't even looked at the comments. I don't know who is here, but I thank you for spending this part of your day with Spirit, the Soul Tribe, and myself. We're going to get into the general reading. If this is your first time here, hello, my name is Etta, mystic healer, intuitive, and spiritual life coach. Any thoughts, feelings that you're having during the channeling, don't hesitate to share with the collective, as long as it's appropriate, because the moderators will, you know what. And then when I'm done with this channeling for the general reading, I'll get into your comments, and then we'll get straight into the love reading. And today we have 3 slots available for personal readings. Subscribers to the live do get 1 personal reading a month. And if we have room for more, we'll do more, but we start there. Holy Spirit, what message do you have for the collective on this beautiful yet frigid Friday? I'm in New York City. Where you guys from? That card flew off the table, and I can't even tell you where it landed. Usually start with 4. What else? Holy Spirit, what else? Thank you. What other messages do you have for the collective on this? We'll leave that right there. Friday, because it's crossing both paths. Jeez Louise. Sometimes I wonder what's in that corner that these cards love flying into. Y'all saw that? Wait, hold on. We're going to take a pause from the shuffling because this kind of turned into the love reading, right? Because to be fair, which is Libra energy, and Libra is ruled by Venus, right? And then we had the main female card and the main male card come out crossing this card, which we'll find out later what that is. But the male card just went this way. Be careful with your thoughts, with your feelings, and how you're seeing things in your relationship when it comes to your person. Because somebody, I don't even know who's here, but one of y'all, or maybe a handful of y'all, you're not seeing the clear picture and you're making rash judgments based on illusions rather than the actual truth, which is pushing your person away. Holy Spirit, what other message do you have for the collective? Thank you. Oh, this is definitely the love reading. See, Spirit does whatever Spirit wants to do. I guess somebody was like, yeah, I got to get back to work. Can we do the love reading now? Ooh, I had to make sure that was TikTok safe. And since we are doing the love reading, I typically don't use that for the love reading. I use these for the love reading. Holy Spirit, anything else? They said combine the general reading with the love reading, because that's the focus right now, for them at least, right? Bringing together the people that are supposed to be together to raise the vibration of the planet. Anything else? Anything else for the collective? My goodness, I'm going to have a whole mess to clean up. That was the sound of the entire deck hitting the floor. Okay, let's start off how we started off with the beginning of the live. If you've been having struggles and things not working out for you and you seem to take 2 steps forward and 2 steps back, your relationships, not just your love relationships, but your interpersonal relationships are included with that. Like, I don't knock decks on the floor. Cards go flying all over the place when we do the live because of the energy, but your guys are telling me clearly there have been specific and targeted attacks on your love life. Some of you have been under attack for love like forever. Like, there's somebody around you, maybe a mother, an aunt, a grandmother, a feminine figure who's just bitter, right? You have a bitter biddy around you who has prayed for you not to find love so you could be just like them. But if that's not in your cards, if that's not your story, don't let that be your story, right? Start doing the work, the spiritual work, to remove that block from you. And your guides are showing me that this is a moment with not only just blocks to your love life, but any of you who have been afflicted by someone who's either trying to manipulate your free will or trying to manipulate your destiny, all of that is being worked through by your angel guides. They're coming through in full metal jackets to do what needs to be done to whom it needs to be done to and with. So any shenanigans that pop off during the holiday season and any sad stories you hear about so-and-so and this and this and that, really tap in with self and see if that person truly deserves your sympathy and time at this point. Really sit with yourself and wonder, right? Ask your guides if that's the person who's been doing the juju work, right? The the baneful magic to stop you from manifesting your destiny into your reality, for keeping you locked in those illusions, right? Of thinking, feeling you're not good enough, of thinking, feeling that love won't find you, that fame won't find you, that success won't find you. They're doing their job. Your ancestors, your spirit guides, your angels are all working together to do what needs to be done to remove those blocks. So you, my dear, are strongly encouraged to take this time to clean house, clean house is coming out loud and clear. We've been hearing it gently all week long, right? Do not hesitate to release those who need to be released and chapters that needs to be ended so you can begin this beautiful, bold new chapter that's filled with your miracles and your blessings and answered prayers and things that needs to be done. Mercury is about to go retrograde. Whoever comes in asking for forgiveness, find it in your heart because the forgiveness is not for them. It's for you, right? And some of these chapters that are closing are from 10, 15, 20 years ago, especially with masculine energies. They're really stepping up to the plate. Let's start with this. Heart fog. Mixed signals, blocked emotions, messed up. It feels like there's a general collective purge that we're all going through, right? Not just removing the physical blocks in our life that prevents us from living our happily ever, but those emotional, mental blocks. Like this is really the season. This is the holiday season that we're coming into, and we're typically, at least here in the United States, encouraged to spend time with family and friends and do all this schmoozing. But if you haven't been working on your healing right now, it's not the best time for you to schmooze. It's not the best time for you to be, with a bunch of people at random times because you're going to get triggered. And the things that you're supposed to be working on or we're supposed to be working on this year is all going to come to the surface because we're about to enter a 9-year. We're about to wrap this, they were going to say a bad word, show up, right? This season of things falling apart, that's coming to an end for you guys if you do the work. They're removing karmics. They're removing especially karmics that have been specifically assigned to prevent, delay, come in between divine unions, right? Because that did serve a purpose. The karmics, the third parties, and their shenanigans did serve a purpose because in digging through all of that and trying to figure things out, you grew spiritually, emotionally, mentally, right? You became, well, most of you became a changed person in a better way. Like it was annoying, but on some level, it assisted you on your journey. But now that time is up. Karmics and people who are not where they're supposed to be need to go back to their assigned seats. Like there's no more substitute teacher in the class letting the karmics run amok. Everybody has to go to where they belong at this time, right? Exhausted, but it came out in reverse, talking about burned out, burned in, empty. This is a time to relax, rest, and prepare to receive. You're going to find you get like a second wind, an energetic charge, once you fully unpack all the unnecessary baggage that you have in your life. Once you fully let go of everything and everyone that's been robbing you of your peace. What does peace mean to you? Put that down on the chat because we're going to come back down. We're going to come back to that once I'm done with this channeling. But really defining what peace means to you and anything that encroaches on it, infringes on it, doesn't respect the boundaries that you've placed to protect your peace, that's the baggage you need to let go of, even if it is the person you've been sleeping next to every single night, right, for the past 5-10 years, right? Chop wood and soulmates, but the chop wood came out in reverse. Chop wood is always talking about making space, having the clean up. You see the repeating theme, right? Cleaning up and making space for the things that you want. And that's a 6. And 6 is the number of partnerships, right? Of the lovers. Make space for the love that you are wanting to, even that you want to come in, even if it means getting a divorce from the person that you knew you should have filed them papers for a long time ago, but you stayed because of the kids. It's nice to, have kids, in a 2-parent household because it does take a village. But it's nicer to raise children around individuals who are at peace and the home is at peace. Something to keep in mind. A lot of you, for whatever reason, and your reasons were valid in the beginning, but now that you've been shown, for those of you who have been shown that you need to walk away from who you need to walk away from them, because it's preventing your true divine masculine, right? With this masculine energy, with this authority, discipline, father figure energy. We're talking about emperor energy, right? And whenever we talk about the emperor, we talk about the person. Doesn't have to be a physical male, but we're talking about the energy of that masculinity that is top tier. We always say there are 4 kings in a deck, but there's only one emperor, right? There's only one true person that can fit you on every single level. We all have soulmates that come willy-nilly and fit different places in our lives, right? And not all of them are lovers, right? Even you and I, we're soulmates, right? We've did this before in another lifetime, in another capacity. But making peace with those people who are supposed to be in your life for a season and then releasing who needs to be released allows space for what needs to come in, right? Making those judgment calls with this adjudication, making those judgment calls and releasing who needs to be released makes space for your true soulmate to come in. And also make space, not just in love, right? But when you're really cleaning house and removing all the blocks to your peace, all the blocks to your happily ever after, that's when your abundance comes in. That's where your prosperity comes in. That's where all of those answered prayers start to come in. Next, we have tension and beauty. I like this butterfly because it kind of looks like a heart. Charming, graceful, kind-hearted, stressed out, migraines, worry. This is contradictory energy, right? We always talk about your frequency. What's your frequency right now? Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you content? Are you just are? Are you grateful, which is the highest vibration? Or are you angry, which is one of the lowest vibrations? When you're trying to manifest love or you're trying to manifest abundance and you're waiting for those prayers to be answered, it's an important time to remember that you act as if you already have it. You practice gratitude as if it's already done, because technically, as soon as you ask for something, it's already done. As soon as you go to McDonald's, you order the #1 with a Sprite, it's already done. It already has your name on it. They just got to package it together and you just got to roll through the drive-thru and pick it up. It is already done. It may not appear overnight. It may not appear in a New York minute, but it is coming in. Whatever you've been asking for, not just in love, right? But whatever you've been asking for is coming in. Continue to tie up those loose ends, which is something a lot of people do right before the new year anyway, right? Release what needs to be released. Let go of what needs to be let go of, and prepare to receive those blessings, those miracles, those things that you have been asking for, praying for, desiring. This is the breaking point. This is the moment of enough. Enough of the enemies, enough of the naysayers, enough of you not living the life you know you want to live because you're afraid that people are going to judge you for doing the job that you want to do. Bartending at Starlet's is not a bad gig, sweetie. Yeah, it has some negative connotations associated with it, but those negative connotations do not bring you peace, nor do they pay your bills. Some people are like, what's a Starlet's? Look it up, boo, look it up. Look it up. Spirit has been encouraging us all year round to stand up in our authenticity, right? Regardless of who and who has to say what and what about it. Limit, final straw, overwhelmed. When I first glanced down, this looked like scratches on the wall, like trying to break free. Well, this is your key to break free. Let go of who needs to let go of and show up in your authenticity and not worry about who and who has to say what and what about it. Now, these lovers, the lovers with that 6 again, right? And to be fair, relationships are coming into balance, right? Stop resisting. For some of you with this, for some of you, it's like there's a group of you who are in established relationships that are elevating to that next level of commitment. And then there's another group of you who have been looking, searching for love, going to the lounges, going to this place, doing this event and that event, doing the Tinder and all the dating sites, and you have the perfect person that has eyes on you, but you don't even know that they're in the background watching you. You don't even know that you have a secret admirer. And this plays into the general message that we posted before going live. There is someone who's dotting their I's and crossing their T's and making sure they have their stuff together before coming in and offering you some type of relationship, which is not to say you get off the dating sites and things of that nature. No, you follow your heart and you trust your intuition to get you to where you need to go. But just know there's a group out there. There's a group of you who have a secret admirer who's literally drowning in their emotions for you. They just know that they're not ready to do what their heart wants them to do, so they're getting ready so they do not disappoint you and end up disappointing themselves. Those of you whose relationships, right, are suddenly, oh my gosh, ascending to that next level, like respond to that gracefully. Yeah, it may have taken them a while to give you a proper proposal, a proper engagement. Like you may not like the ring, you may not like the setting, like stop being so super duper picky, right? Going back to how these two cards came out, right? The main female and the main male, which represent the divine feminine and the divine masculine, right? Because while you may not like the venue, you may not like the delivery, do not forget that this is coming from their heart. However cheesy it shows up, that was their best attempt, and it may not be Vogue worthy, it may not be news coverage worthy, but this is this person's whole heart on a platter. Don't laugh in their face. Please respond to it gracefully, right? If it's not the carrot or the cut that you've wanted, this is what they got. And people can only do the best with what they have. And if someone's giving you their best, it is not living up to your physical standards, then maybe you need to take a check-in with yourself to see if you're even ready for a relationship. Relationships should be based more on what someone's willing to give you emotionally, spiritually, the things that money can't buy, than about the things that money can buy. Because let's face it, right? You can have someone with all the money in the world spoiling you, and they're also spoiling Kim, Keisha, and Pam. Right? What does it mean when a rich man gives you $1,000 and tells you to go paint the town red versus somebody who gives you their last 40 to put some gas in your car to get to the mall to get your nails done? Think about that. Think about what you value in your relationships, especially for those of you who are looking and calling love in, because you may, again, with this unrealistic expectations you have of lovers, maybe pushing the one, the divine one, right? The one that's really going to fulfill you on a soul level. You're pushing that away because you're too stuck in the physical, right? Too stuck in the energy of one of TikTok's favorite words, right? But that came out in the reverse, right? So leaving those ego-driven behaviors behind, right? Running, ghosting, disappearing, invisible sometimes, right? And we love to throw out these words, right? The narcissist, the avoidant attachment, the this attachment, the running, the ghosting. When did we become so comfortable with giving such common labels to everything? 9 out of 10 times, it's not even what you're calling it, right? And that goes back to the illusions that you're making judgments on, and you're judging it the wrong way. Maybe that person isn't ghosting you. Maybe they're being crushed by the weight of their world that they just cannot people, period, right? And I know we'll be like, oh, it takes 5 seconds to send a text. It takes a minute to make a call. They didn't check on me. You're right. You're absolutely right. But it's hard to pick up your phone when your whole world is crashing down and you're literally being crushed, right? When you're literally exhausted with life itself. It's hard to speak to anyone. And we take it so personal when people don't want to talk. Talk, what's on your mind? Why you don't talk to me? Maybe because they're just trying to breathe. Did you hear the candle pop? Some of you whose person seems like they disappeared, that they're no longer in the picture, and you're taking it so personal and thinking of the worst situation and pushing your person away. Rethink that. And instead of being in the energy of doubting them, try switching that into the energy of accepting and sending them love and light. Like, some of them are running the fool in the streets. Let's not get that twisted. But that's not the case for everybody. Just because that's how it ended up for Sue Ann doesn't mean that's how it's going to end up for you, boo. Your person is going to want to be able to give you all of them, but they may not be able to do that on a 24/7, 365 basis. Which goes back to those of you who are single, really checking in with yourself and what you value in a relationship. There's nothing wrong with, wanting something from Tiffany's or a shopping spree at Gucci. I fully co-sign on that, right? There's nothing wrong with, getting that AMG GLE, right? There's nothing wrong with that. You like what you like. But just don't put all the emphasis on that, because these are material things. And when you're a master manifester, you can manifest anything. But you cannot manifest a change in a person's heart, in a person's spirit. They have to do that for themselves. You can hold space for them. You could send that intention into the universe and they will pick it up, but they have to decide whether or not. So technically speaking, it's easier for you to take yourself on that shopping spree than it is to turn someone who has the means to take you on that shopping spree, but whose heart is cold as ice. That's a word for somebody in particular. When you are clear with this vision of love and what you truly value in your relationships, in your partnerships, in love itself, right? You're going to be aligned with the person that you can go the distance with. You're going to be aligned with your forever person. But before that can happen, right? Because a lot of you have been trying to calling love and you're repelling it at the same time because you have these non-soul based expectations. Non-soul based expectations. We talk about twin flames and kingdom spouses and divine unions. Those of us who are in true twin flame divine unions, you have a spiritual purpose to serve. And we always reference Jesus and Mary Magdalene, right? Anne and Joachim, Mary and Joseph, Tristan and Isolde, right? You have a spiritual purpose in the world, not just to look fine for the gram, right? Not just to take cutesy pictures. Well, that's fun, but you have a spiritual purpose. So if you're not looking with your spiritual eye for your partner, you will meet soulmate after soulmate, karmic after karmic, until it clicks for you that you need to be searching with your spiritual eye and not your human eye. It's going to take some adjusting. And it doesn't mean taking your materialistic needs and throwing them out the window and living the extreme simple life, right? Making your clothes from scratch, retiring on a farm. Well, that's fun too, if you want to do that, right? If that makes your heart sing. But it's about living truthfully from your soul and what your soul needs, rather than what your ego is telling you that you need. That is your message. That feels like it was a lot. That feels like it was a lot. Let's see who is here and what you guys are chatting about. I'm going to thank the moderators in advance because whatever that was, it just feels really, really heavy. Heavy, heavy, heavy. And my mouth is really dry, so I need water. Hi, Loka. Hi, Classy. Classy, I was going to ask you what's your favorite color, but the spirit was like, nope, don't do that. Don't do that. Next, oh gosh, Tuesday, which is in like a handful of days, we are going to have the last schedule live. I don't know if I'm going to be able to go live that Wednesday or for Thanksgiving. Is up in the air, but I wanted to honor my commitment to give away 5 of the astrology planners. So it will be the white ones for it to be neutral, even though they have a bunch of jazzy colors, but we will be giving out the 5 astrology planners on Tuesday's live, but you have to be here because it's just going to be the random calling out of names um, until we get all 5. And we might do it again for Christmas. If you guys are new here and haven't seen the planner, it is a wonderful planner for those of you who like to keep up with all the cosmic happenings. It has tons and tons of places to brain dump and do your alignments and your new moon intentions and your full moon intentions. The link is in the bio for more information. And there is a digital version that's supposed to come out, but it's not out yet. Hopefully, I'm praying that the right people who really need this planner are part of the winner circle that get it on next Tuesday. And then I'll let you know when it's being shipped out because they still haven't arrived yet. We're not going to talk about that, right? We put the order in and they are coming, right? That's the most important thing. As Spirit said in the reading earlier, right? Put the order in and just know that they are coming. These look similar. Who else is here? Miss Nicole has to work on hers because there have been some class assignments. Hi, Juicy. How are you? Who else is here? Jasenia. Did any of the moderators keep track if anybody else requested a mini reading? Because if not, Yesenia is going to be first on the list. Ja. Oh, no wonder. So today is the 22nd and 22 is the number that's associated with partnerships. No wonder. The angels were like, hold on. Hold our tea. We've got a message, a word for the collective. Oh, damn. Everything is just falling to the ground today. Who else is here? CNAS. Of course you could book me. Hello, hello, hello. That information is in the bio. I mean, Classy, you can tell me for future reference, you know. Anais, thank you. Oh my God, I love that name. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you all for the new follows and the likes. Candy, you found me off the FYP. Well, thank you for being here. I trust that you received what you were supposed to receive. Oh, you guys were chatting. I love that. Hi, Portia. Hi, Boogie. How are you? I'm trying to figure out if this man is my forever. We have too many similarities. He's hitting all the markers. And I know we need to have this get together, but life is lifing. Life is lifing. But you are still number 1 on the list, boo. It simply wasn't about me. A very wise woman told me just be a friend. That is a wise woman indeed. Sometimes, right, that person just needs us to hold space for them while they catch their breath, right? Because life is lifing out here in these streets. right? And if you're just realizing that you have a spiritual purpose at this big age, right? No judgment. But it's hard at any age. It's challenging at any age, right? Who else is here? There's so many people here. Hello, you guys. I think for January, right? Think about this. When you're setting your New Year's resolution, what do you feel about setting a resolution where you make your own definitions, right? You make your own definitions of what it means to be ghosted. Or maybe we don't even subscribe to any of those terms anymore, right? How about those catchphrase, keyword phrases, right? That's the algorithm love, loves, loves, and we like that, right? But let's not wear that as a badge of honor or courage. Let's put those general labels away. Just because Todd displayed these tendencies doesn't make him narcissistic. He may be displaying narcissistic tendencies. And just because Bobby is seeming like he's doing the exact same thing as Todd did, can we rate Todd and Bobby as separate individuals and try to get out of the energy? Because you can accidentally trick yourself into seeing two separate individuals as doing the same thing, but they're not. They might be doing similar things. Let's normalize compartmentalizing individuals and treating each person as an individual and not based on how a similar individual showed up in our life. That was a mouthful. So think about it. 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 All right. So we have Jasenia on the list. We have classic. We have Classy and we have CNOS. And then we'll go from there. I'm trying to read through your comments, but there's a lot of them. So I'm trying to pick out The Book of Eli, one of my favorite movies. Hello. Thank you guys for all of the gifts. Oh my gosh, you guys were very generous. You guys are always generous and I appreciate it. I am blessed. Ashe indeed. Indeed. Blaze, how are you? How are you? Well, thank you, Candy Candy So Intuitive, the Siren. I love every single syllable of that. Ooh, just sent chills. Soliloquy, how are you? How are you? Ooh, whimsical Pisces. I found my peace a week before my birthday. Wasn't that the grandest birthday gift this year? Ended an 11-year relationship. I love that for you. Toxic parents might as well not be there, especially when you have the ability to walk away from them, right? To end those chapters. Oh, Daisy also ended a karmic relationship. You follow me on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. Does that also make me on Facebook? But I'm not on Facebook. Oh, that is too funny. That is... My mind just went a million places at once. Peace to me, Daisy answered the question. Peace to me means enjoyment, laughs, silence, and a happy, light environment. Same. Classy. Peace is living in my truth without apologies to anyone for doing so. Apologies or explanations. I do what I want. Soliloquy. I don't even know how to word what I see. That's actually a beautiful thing. No drama. I hear that. Peace means quiet and no drama. Peace means freedom. I love it. 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 I'm done. I've done a lot of giving. Enough is enough. It's time to receive. All that good energy you put out into the universe, it's time for all that to make its way back to you, right? There's a whole bunch of messages that are just not here because there's actually a cutoff point. Well, that's a first. Thank you, Portia, and anybody else who newly subscribed. Butterfly, the list is full. We have our 3, but we'll see how the 3 goes. If there is room after we do the 3, then we'll open it for more. You guys are so sweet. What would I do without my moderators? Yes, Butterfly can take Cena's spot, and we will DM Cena. But she's not here to approve that. So we'll hold off on Cena's and do Butterfly. Yes. Look, I know what I would do without you. I really don't. As I look at this deck of cards on the floor, this whole deck, it's on the floor. We can't use that anymore. All right. I think I got to Monday works. Okay, we should be live on Monday. We will definitely be live on Tuesday, but we should be live on Monday. That being said, Jasenia to the front of the line. If I missed your comment, it's because I didn't see it, right? I'm not ignoring you. I'm just in the interest of time, right? In the interest of time. So we'll do Cena's on Monday. Hi, Vanessa. Portia, we will try to squeeze you in. We will try to squeeze you in for today. So sit tight, please, and thank you. Lights, camera, action. Hey, boo. Why does it feel like it's been forever? You've been busy. Oh, that's a good forever. I'm here for it. All right. And Krista. Krista. Malu. Yuresh, how are you? All right, let's get into these mini readings and then we'll try to chit chat in between. But we're starting off with Yesenia because Krista, you already know what's on my mind. Yesenia, where art thou? Hi, Nishaya. How are you? That reading was everything. Yesterday's reading is still uploading to YT. Hopefully the both of them will be up later on. If not, this will definitely be up before tomorrow or by tomorrow. Nishaya, I'm doing just grand. It's Friday. Right. The weather is finally feeling appropriate. Every now and again, like we'll get new angels appearing or new ancestors coming through, and the messages just come out different because they feel different. Like I come down and I'm like, well, that's different. And I know somebody's new been around. It's Saturday morning for you. It's Saturday morning. There's a freestyle song like that. By the way, I am a freestyle buff. Right? People like Dino and Cynthia and TKA. My older siblings used to listen to those type of songs, and they just stuck with me. Nashaya is saying, like, one day just rolls into the other. I have no idea what I'm eating today. None. I don't have a taste for anything. Don't really have an appetite. I don't know. We'll see. But Nashaya, subbing. Oh, Portia, you're too funny, but you're technically true. subbing for, you're subbing from tomorrow from Australia. That is beautiful. Jasenia, do you have a specific question or a general message? Honeybee, how are you feeling today? Don't forget, my people, my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful soul tribe. As you get closer, the attacks get stronger. And a lot of us, who dibble and dabble with the bippity boppity boo, we know what. I don't understand why, right? But for months now, Israel keeps calling me, usually when I'm on the live, and it's low-key concerning because it never happens anytime. Anywho, I know some of us, we bippity boppity boo on both sides. But hear me out, right? Even though you can do something to put somebody in a certain position, just because you can doesn't mean that you should. This is a great, great time to kind of sit back, ask your guides, your angels to handle it. This is why we started with Psalm 35 and Psalm 140, and just let the show unfold the way it's supposed to, so you don't pick up any negative energy or karma from wishing X, Y, Z on so-and-so, even though we know Spider-Man deserves everything we've got when it comes to whatever dark energy we have. It doesn't mean that we should. Okay, just using that as an example and to make you giggle. All right, shifting the energy, and she giggled. Shifting the energy to Jasenia, right? Who wants just a general message, and that decided to fly out. So we're gonna let that stay right there. All right, my love, pick your pile. You have the clear quartz, the tourmalated quartz, right? That piece of tourmaline, or the moldavite. Which pile is your pile? And this meeting is just for Jasenia. Loca, you could do either or both. I would like to throw one heavy-duty King James Version Bible at each of them. But, just because we can doesn't mean we should. Jasenia is choosing the clear quartz. So, clarifying this 8 of Wands, which talks about change, right? Wands is that fire energy. Aries, Leo, Sag energy. Karma. This is your confirmation of karma being issued. Like, this is the wrap up that Spirit was talking about yesterday, right? A lot of people are like, oh, I should be marked safe because it's almost the end of the year and Saturn hasn't really messed with me too much. Karma never misses. It always arrives just on time, right? With another Wands, which is the Knight of Wands. Expect things to change quickly for you. All Wands, all fire, right? Through the fire, right? Through the limits. Going back to that, what did that card say? It didn't say breakthrough, but breakthrough was one of the words associated with it. It was like time's up, breaking point. It said breaking point. The card here, it said breaking point, right? And it felt like the scratches and having that breakthrough moment. Okay. You are having that breakthrough moment as we speak, right? Regardless of how things look now, regardless of how things feel now, you're having a moment of everything falling into place for you. Whether it's your relationships, your love life, your finances, keep doing what you've been doing to protect yourself, to protect your loved ones, especially with your word and your spiritual practices, and know that everything is transforming. Ooh, everything is transforming. Look at that. And somebody was like, Mira, look at that. Everything with this 31 to 13 is transforming, right? And 13 is usually associated with the death card, right? The transformation card. And we see that new day dawning after mayhem, right? This is a moment, rest. You could take count of what's happening, but don't let that fool you that this change is not coming. Right? Just because it's not happening right now at this moment doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. Your guys are heavily, and I'm getting goosies, ouch. Your guys are heavily, heavily, heavily underscoring that you, and illustrating, highlighting, like so much light coming from this card right here. They're saying you really, really have to make sure you stay on top of your protection work, your cleansing work. Certain things need to be thrown out, certain vessels and it looks like outfits that you wear while you're tending to your altar, doing your practices, have to be turned out. Like you need a lot of new things to bring in this new year and honor the new person that you are becoming as you transition from this to this. And this doesn't just mean your relationship getting better and your person doing everything, but this is like a whole life change, and it's going to feel like it's going to happen overnight. People are going to be like, "Oh my God, Jasenia, what did you do? What did you do? Everything is so different." But this is the answers to your prayers. The answers to your prayers. So consider yourself as someone who's got a cold, right? And when you have a cold, you do your little thing, you drink your orange juice, you take your vitamin C, you go see the doctor, right? You do this, that, and the third. And at some point you will get better. At some point it will get better, and it's going to get a lot better. And you will find things, especially around March, shifting very quickly for you. Stay on top of your protection work and your cleansings, and leave the rest up to them to manifest, to help this new beginning manifest for you. Jasenia, that is your message. We have Classy next, but we're going to see. It froze again, of course, right? Of course, compliments of Mercury retrograde and it being so energetically charged right now. Usually, so far, what I've seen when watching the replays, even though it freezes at some point while you're watching it, it doesn't seem to freeze on the replay. So we'll get that uploaded to the YT channel. The screen went black. Well, wowzers. I couldn't tell you if the screen went black for me because most of the time my eyes are closed. But your guys were definitely around. After I said Spider-Man, of course, right? Because that means if it was legal to give me pow pow, he would. He certainly would. He would not hesitate. Hi, sweet and sassy. How are you? Of course it's been okay for you, Portia. You're from the future. You've seen this already. You know what's going on. It's okay, Jasenia. I'm gonna do my best to have it uploaded by tonight, if not by tomorrow morning, right? So you'll be able to know. And the timestamps are there, so if you don't want to go through the whole live again, you could just go straight to your reading. Sam, we started with the group reading that was amazing. I don't recall anything that came out. I just know it was a very, very powerful message and asked a lot of the collective. It will be reposted on my YT channel between this evening and tomorrow early afternoon. Classy, where you at? Classy, where art thou? It's crazy how the whole screen could go black for one person and be totally fine for another person. Karma always comes in when you least expect it. Sometimes it is an instant. Don't ask me how I know. We know how you know, and we love you all the more for sharing that and reminding us of that. Karma always does come in exactly on time, right? Anytime, Jasenia. Anytime. Classy. Did you have a specific question or just a general message? Every time you start packing, you get sick. What are you doing before you pack? Treat it as if you're going. Make sure you set the intentions and clear the energy before you begin. Make sure, honeybee, that you cover yourself spiritually before you begin. What was the Job scripture? I'm pretty sure there's something in John for us to read, right? John the Apostle, not John the Soul Tribe member. And I believe it's 22:28, but 28:22 might hold some value as well. It's the one talking about the light being shown on the pathway. Well, let's see what comes out. For Classy. What comes out for Classy? You have the tourmalated quartz, the clear quartz, or the moldavite. Which pile is your pile? Just sending you as well. You got an extra T in there, but you almost got it. The moldavite. ST Glam. This is a Kipper deck. It is this one. If you want to take a screenshot of it. All right, we're going to turn away from the comments and see what Classy needs to know in this moment. Don't run now. Don't say, "Oh boy." No. Don't run now. See, whenever you decide to stop playing around with your bippity boppity boo, with your magic, right? With walking in your purpose, that's when you give life an opportunity to overfill your cups, because you have been charged, you have been assigned the great business of helping others, and you can't do that with a full cup, right? You definitely couldn't do it with a half full cup. Like you need to have this abundance, so to speak. But you're standing in your own way. You know what needs to be done, but there's this slow energy to do it, right? It's like you want to go for a swim, but you're like, how do I get in the water? You just get in, right? You can get in via the diving board if there's one, right? Or, you could just walk into the water from the shoreline, or you could jump in for where the boats are. Like you pick, but you just get in. You get started. Many different things, many different avenues, right, have been presented to you, right? When you're doing these things towards manifesting your dream, especially with what you've been instructed to do, which is a challenge, it is, right? Because you're starting something from nothing. You're not branching off of somebody else, right? You're creating a brand new something. And no, that's not easy. But when you do it with intention, the wheels start moving a lot quicker and the abundance start flowing in a lot quicker. This day and night energy that it's presenting itself, because it's literally coming out day and night, right? Is you versus you. When you get in, when you get into the consistency of holding that vibration, of being that person that has what you want to have, the how presents itself. You won't have to go digging for it. You won't have to see how this person did it and sign up for that class and do this and do that. All you have to do is the most important part is get out of your way by getting into the feeling of having the things you already want. Of course you're concerned, right? Because, Mr. Light Bill and Mr. Mortgage Bill and Mr. Car Note and, everybody's got their hand out, right? Pay to Caesar what is due unto Caesar. But once you fully commit into showing up as that person who has this lifestyle, right, who has what it is that you want to have, they literally drop it into your lap. They literally drop the how into your lap. You just need to show up and receive it, which sounds easy. But again, once you commit to holding that vibration consistently, 24/7, no matter how many times Mr. Electric Bill comes into your face, you know that it will be taken care of. They will give you the avenues and other doors will open up for you, right? It's not just going to be this one umbrella in which it's not only going to be this one area in which you serve in the way that you've been called to serve. Like many doors of opportunity, many streams and rivers are going to open up. Many rivers of income are going to open up for you. But you really got to start showing up as the classy that already has this. Easier said than done, but it's doable. That is your message. Where's Butterfly? Butterfly, Yolanda, how are you? Is the Bermuda Triangle real? Of course, right? It's very real. And I don't know why they're saying there's aliens in the ocean, because by definition, alien means extraterrestrial, which means not of this earth. So whatever they're seeing and labeling it as an alien, it really isn't the alien as outer space. Alien as in foreign to what we know, maybe, but can outer space creatures be in the water? Oh, because the ocean is a portal to outer space. You see the confusion that's ensuing? However, one thing we know, especially us descendants from Atlantis, right? Which is near the Bermuda Triangle, right? Is that water holds the key to life. All life started in the water, right? Primordial life started in the water. So there are things in there that we don't know anything of, right? And there are other entities like the spirit gods and goddesses that live in the water, right? The primordial spirit gods and goddesses that live in the water, right? And we could do a whole conversation about who they are and what their powers are, right? Things that get lost in that Bermuda Triangle, which, by the way, always fascinated me since like the second or third grade. Because how do things just magically disappear into thin air? But if they're going into another dimension, well, then yeah, it would look like in this dimension that they're just disappearing into nothingness. But we could go down the rabbit hole of nothingness versus a thing, right? What was it? Schroeder's cat? That psychological experiment. Schrodinger's cat. Look that up, right? That will kind of point you in the direction of the conundrum that's going on, right? How can something be both and alive at the same time, right? That's the short of it. That's the short of it. The parallel universes is a whole nother level of thing. We're going to get back to butterfly, and Loka's just really on it. Like, I went to scroll and it just popped up. Loka, what am I going to do with you? Is the friendship with Mike F going to turn romantic? What are his feelings towards me, you, butterfly? Boogie is something like Schrodin. It's a Schroeder's. I feel like I'm missing a syllable. I'll find the link and send it to you. But right now we're going to find out what's going on with Vanessa and Mike. Look, I tell you, one day you're going to be in my head and you're going to get stuck there. All right, what does Vanessa need to know about the love situation between her and Mike? Well, let's tap into Mike F. This is his current energy, how he feels about you, action steps he's going to take, outcome for this relationship. Overall energy is the energy of change with this Chariot. Let's just go ahead and get some clarifiers before we flip these drawings over. Give this a quick shuffle. What else does Vanessa need to know about Mike? This is, let me hold off on that. His energy, how he feels about you, action steps he's going to take, and the outcome. Clarifying the Chariot card is the mature woman. Energetically, intuitively, there's a lot of like feelings, but there's nothing that says that this can be turned into something more. He comes off as a mama's boy, someone who values the opinions of the older women in his life. Okay, we'll say it like that, right? Definitely has an aloofness about him, like being in a relationship, being in love, like doing that whole settle down, find someone, energy is really not the energy he's sending out right now. He's looking on his life and looking at things ahead of him, but it doesn't feel like, especially with the Six of Pentacles and this journey card, right, that he is interested in love. He's interested in getting his coins. He's interested in building his stability. Might be even interested in changing locations to find better opportunities. But so far, I'm not seeing anything that says that this friendship is going to turn into a relationship. Definitely not a relationship that, yeah. So okay, I should finish that statement. Not a relationship that you are looking for. If you're looking for somebody to scratch your itch, he will happily, without hesitation, oblige, right? If you're looking for someone to just cuddle with, he will be the bestest cuddle buddy ever. Page of Wands always gives that hot and sexy childish approach to love, where we think with the little head versus the big head. He will not hesitate with the action card being taking you to Pound Town, they're saying. I don't know why they use that phrase, but that's the phrase they use. While you're hoping for him to be like, maybe he's the one because he has a great amount of qualities about him. He's just focused on him right now, right? But again, he doesn't mind being your friend. And, if you wanted to switch it to a friends with benefits situation, this is fire energy. Aries, Leo, Sag energy. This is earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. If you wanted to switch it or leave it, leave it. We don't judge. I just channel. As a friends with benefits situation, he's perfectly fine with that. Pushing it to be something more than what it is only going to lead to your own heartbreak, because you're expecting something from him that he's just not willing or able or even thinking to give right now, right? This is coming across, Vanessa, as you really liking his company and wouldn't mind him being a good partner, right? Like he would make a good partner for you. Like he fits the list, and that's cool. That's great. But he's not thinking about you in that way. He does find you attractive. There's no doubt about it. But being that lover, that partner to depend on through thick and thin, being a friend to depend on, yeah. But being in a commitment relationship is not on his mind right now. Let's just get one message from What's the Vibe. What's the vibe between Vanessa and Mike F? I'm not going to even look at that card. Because yeah. They both came out in reverse. Because you can see what it says, right? You saw what it said, right? It says clingy, right? Old exes and Dead relationships, old ways, right? And that door is closed, right? Oh my gosh, they even have the little lock on the door. Yeah. Oh, yeah, babes. Yeah, see. Mikey Boo has some things to work through. Like, I get why there's no cups, there's no love. Like, I can't even feel any love. There's that mutual respect. There's that kindness, right? I could pick up from him, but I don't feel love. And it's because he's with this clingy card, he's had like a string of bad relationships and thinking this person is the one and giving them an opportunity and them kind of just running with it, right? And the way you've been showing up in the friendship with him has just been on his pace. Like it's like, it's okay. I can deal with Vanessa, not just deal with her to deal with her, but she's cool. She's not like all these other people that just want to jump down my pants, because he will, again, gladly give it to you. But he really needs to get over the past and feeling trapped by these relationships. It's like every relationship he's tried to get into, people want to immediately like rush him to the altar or rush him into something that he's not even ready for, right? If he hasn't been, people have even tried to trap him with a baby, right? Put that jacket on him. And he doesn't like the energy. Like it skeeves him out when he feels his freedom is being taken away from him. He doesn't see how being in a relationship doesn't necessarily he doesn't see how being in a relationship doesn't necessarily mean that he loses his freedom. It's just that in his experience, being in a relationship means that he can't do this. He can't hang with the boys. There's always somebody nagging. They're always blowing off his phone. Like, he's had these really, really dark and negative experiences with people that just didn't know how to love, because love lets people come and go and do their own thing. Love lets people love one another on their terms and not like that person's terms, and not what the lover says that the other lover should be doing. And he's experienced that through his mother. He's experienced, going back to this mature woman, right? This is the driving force for a lot of things that he's done. He has a deep mother wound. This is why he attracts women that are just like her, that had these demands and expectations. And he just wants to be. He just wants to vibe out. And going back to what they said in the general reading about saying somebody's this way or that way, and they are just being crushed by life. They're just trying to breathe. He's just trying to breathe. And this doesn't mean like this is how it's going to stay for forever. Going back to what Margie said, right? About sometimes they just need a good friend. And the space that he's in this life, in his life right now, he just needs a good friend. Nothing more, nothing less. As he figures out life, and in him figuring out life and being near the presence of someone who is on some type of spiritual energy, like he picks up on that on a subconscious level, and he will eventually start on his spiritual journey and start looking at love in a different way. But he has to grow into that before this could be any more than some amazing trips to Pound Town. That is your message. That is your message. I don't know why they kept saying Pound Town. Portia, are you around? He's in a toxic relationship. Yep. And it's not his first. And he can't he can't wait to get out. And is not looking forward to being in any type of situation anytime soon. He needs a good friend right now. An occasional itch getting scratched. You are welcome so much. Now, with this main, let's they said hold up. when people, and this is another, I guess, reason why the general was all about shifting focus on how we define people and label them, right? This is definitely, Mike is definitely someone, to start there by calling that man by his name, is someone who is a divine masculine. He is a diamond in the rough, right? If you show up without expectations and just holding space, holding that healing space, because he likes being around you because you don't nag. There's no expectation. Y'all just true friends. And he can slowly but surely breathe easier when he's around you because he hasn't really picked up on these expectations, because it's not like you are like heavy in your hoping energy. But if he is allowed to heal and process this relationship that he's getting out of, because he's getting out of it. He knows he's got to move or else he's going to lose his mind, right? He knows he has to leave. And that's another probably a reason why this moving, like moving out of town, moving space is needed. He can grow to be a divine masculine that fits you on every level. But he has to grow, he has to heal, he has to start his journey of becoming, right? Getting out of this karmic loop of attracting individuals just like mama. Portia. Portia. Where are you? We're going to do one last reading, right? Because we still have a little bit of sunlight left. You and me both. You and me both, loca. I'm not shy. Not shy at all. I'm a Sagittarius with Taurus and Libra placements. I'm not going to get too much into it, but if you know, you know. All right. I'm going to get to the last reading of the day. How does my love interest feel for me? His intentions will return into a relationship. His initials are FP. Huh. So do yours just a little differently. What does Portia need to know about her love interest? What does Portia need to know about her love interest? What does Portia need to know about her love interest? All right, my dear, pick your pile. You have the moldavite, the clear quartz, or the tourmalated quartz. Which pile is your pile? Don't be nervous. Portia and FP. Moldavite, clear quartz, tourmalated quartz. You know there's no wrong answer, right? Trust your intuition and just go for it. Am I right? Yes. 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 All right. Bring this deck back in. You have the Queen of Wands. Ooh, and the Strength card. Clarified by the Two of Air and the Four of Water. See, and I kind of felt this coming, right? Your guys are saying before we could even get into FP's feelings, to check in with you with this Queen of Wands, which is considered to be the most beautiful queen of all the queens in tarot, right? Fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sag energy. But she's looking at the Empress in the Strength card, which gives Leo, Taurus energy, Leo, Virgo energy, right? This is about being certain about yourself and your requirements about love. There are times where oh gosh, they said too many times, where you've settled in love and you got into these relationships just because, and you tend to fall fast, which is not a bad thing. It's just a thing. It's just, who you are. It's part of just how your heart sings, right? You know what you like when you see it. But because of that, you've aligned with people that weren't so great for you and didn't leave you with too many great experiences before you could get into your next relationship, right? They really want you to get really good at standing in your Empress energy, at being clear about what you want in love and not settling nor negotiating your needs. Because they're saying you're not even asking for much. You're like negotiating on the most basic of things. And be careful with that, right? Especially when you talk about being in a relationship. You have to do that check with self, because oftentimes you have this big bubbly personality that's coming through, right? A lot of yellow energy that's coming through for you, and that feels good. It feels warm, right? Because we're thinking sun energy, right? But everybody likes to feel warm, right? Especially when they've been cold for so long. And this is why another reason why you've attracted who you've attracted into your life, including FP. But this time around, they want to make sure that you put your needs first and foremost. This Two of Air, which is the Two of Swords, that Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy, right? Being unable or unwilling to make a decision, a stalemate. But when we see the Two of Swords in traditional tarot, it's the lady sitting on the bench, right, with her eyes closed and the two swords covering her heart chakra. They don't want you to be defensive in love. Just know what you truly want out of a relationship and not settle for anything less. You don't have to show up as harshly as that person in the Two of Swords energy, but show up in a way that you're not tolerating something just because it makes somebody else feel comfortable, right? Or to say that you're with so-and-so. This Four of Water, which is the Four of Cups that came out in reverse, talks about missing an opportunity. But when you really stand in your Empress energy and allow people to be who they are and situations to show up in the way that they are supposed to be, that's when you attract a partner that is good for you, a partner that can grow with you, a partner that can add to your peace and add to your happiness. And you won't have to negotiate your basic needs. It's just going to flow, right? They talk about all the time that relationships are all about compromise, right? Versus butting heads. But if you're the only one doing the compromising, what's the sense of the relationship? This has nothing to do with FP. It has everything to do with you and how you value relationships, how you define romantic relationships. This goes back to what came out in the general reading, urging you to really, really make that clear to yourself. If you got to write it down, write it down. If you got to paint a picture, paint a picture. If you got to put a whole vision board together, put a whole vision board together, so you know that this is your vision of love, and you want this or better, but no more settling for less. Tell me more about FP and why FP was sent into Portia's life. What's the vibe between Portia and FP? They're just flying all over the place. We're going to start here with concern, right? But this is you being, they're saying, focused on fulfilling a need before even defining what that need is. Again, the energy is focused, like you're asking about this person, but they want you to really work on changing your views about love and how you've allowed it to show up for you. Like free yourself, right? Go through that whole judgment process, right? You are the prosecutor, you are the judge, you are the jury, right? Sitting here with yourself, trying yourself to see where you have went wrong by accepting less than what you wanted, which was way less than what you deserve and love. And once you free yourself from that energy, things change. This is a good person to kind of just let things to practice with. Haha. FP is a good person to practice with, practice surrender, practice detachment, practice showing up as the person that you are when you're being loved correctly, practicing surrender. FP, this is why FP was sent into your life, to be your teacher. But you got to allow that by setting up those boundaries, holding them to those boundaries, right? Setting up those boundaries and maintaining them, right? Working on those parts of you that made you accept less than what you wanted when it comes to love. Getting out of this insecure is the biggest word that they're highlighting out of all four words here. Energy, because when we settle, that speaks to one's insecurity. And lastly, tension, stressed out. Why do you worry, right? Especially since when we talk about other aspects of your life, this is why they're referring to you as the Empress who's seeing herself as a queen, right? So much so, like you've manifested in other ways before. And you have had high expectations for other areas in your life, but didn't have that same energy or do not have that same energy when it comes to love. Yet, when you are vibing at your best, you make the most amazing partner. You've been in situations because of your energy, because of just who you are naturally. People are afraid to have their partner around you because your light is so bright. They think that you might steal them and you're just oblivious to it all, right? And then the wrong person gravitates to your field and you're just like, okay, no, it's time to graduate. It's okay. Give yourself permission to graduate into your Empress energy where you accept nothing less than what you want. You create that vision of love and you say this or something better, but definitely not nothing less. And then practice all of these new behaviors and things that you're going to change with FP and allow the situation to play out the way that it's supposed to play out. That is your message, Portia. That is your message. As I look down, it says 4:22 Eastern Standard Time. Portia, we're here, right? Now that you found me, don't be shy, right? Everything doesn't have to be transactional. I am here for conversation as well. I can help, if you need somebody to just talk to and vent and just lay it all on the line with somebody that can hold an objective space for you. The Soul Tribe is here. I'm here. You're not alone. But life, oh, how life will change so drastically for you when you start manifesting from your Empress energy, my dear. I'm a Gemini Sun, Leo Moon. Hey, there we go. There we go. There we go. Have fun with FP, right? Practice whatever you want with FP, But definitely those changes when it comes to how you view love and relationships. See, Nas, yes, you can. You definitely can. I would squeeze you in for today, but we're losing light. We're losing light. So it's like that town From. We gotta go. He's a Pisces sun, Taurus moon, Gemini rising. He's a Pisces sun, confirmation that he is your teacher. And he's got that Gemini with him too. Go with the flow, babes. Who knows? Next year around this time, you might be sending out wedding invites. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, right? Work on how you allow others to show up for you in love. Pisces are great at being teachers. It doesn't mean that they're going to be with you forever and ever and ever. Pisces make good long-term friends. But when you're on a spiritual journey, a Pisces usually comes in to wake you up around matters of worthiness and self-love. Pisces is the only sign with one foot here on earth and the other foot in the spirit world. So enjoy that presence while it's here to be enjoyed. Of course you're a Pisces, seen as. Am I even saying that right? Like, how would you like me to address you? Because that just feels weird rolling off the tongue, like seen as or Nas, see Nas. You finished watching From? I think I got the 3rd season to watch. Don't spoil it for me. Don't spoil it. Bobbiana, the mini readings are closed. We're losing light. We're losing light. I can't wait to the equinox. Nas, like the rapper, I was about to start singing one of his songs, but we'll just call you Nas, like the rapper. I love it. I'm so here for it. Oh, because he's one of my faves from back in the day. Well, he's still one of my faves. He's unintentionally, but intentionally bringing out that side of you, of course. As Spirit likes to say, let him. Because that's where the healing needs to happen the most. All right, my loves. Thank you so much for spending this part of your day with Spirit, the Soul Tribe, and myself. Are there any general questions, burning questions that you want to ask before we log off? You could always DM me or email me. Quite a few of you requested readings. I will get those to you as soon as possible. Anybody who makes a purchase between now and the 30th, my birthday, right, is entered into the raffle to win $250. You'll get your number with your reading. John, Ooh. Oh. Oh. Then I must read the DM. Juicy. Anytime, Portia. This is what I'm here for, right? Portia from the future. Hi, lovely Jazz. Have a great Friday. He is the man. Speaking about manifesting, thank you, Nas. Long before manifesting, like, we knew of the word manifesting, right? But long before it became a thing to do, right? We had our 369 journals and our miracle journals, like long before it became like this, long before TikTok, let's put it out there, right? One of my first instances of realizing that, wait a minute, there's more to this just healing people and helping people through their problems. Like I can actually say something and it happens, right? I've always wanted to meet Nas, like from his first album to the album that came out when I met him. And one day, like when his new album came out, it's the one with the Nostradamus. When Nostradamus came out, I was like, I would love to get an autograph from Nas. Like, it's time to get an autograph from Nas. And little Ella didn't realize that she was manifesting. And I just kind of said it and forgot about it. I've said a lot of things and forgot about it, and those things came to be true. But would you happen to know that he was having a signing at one of my favorite record stores the next day, and I didn't know? And I just so happened to walk in, and there was no line. It was just me and Nas. And I got my autograph. I got to fish it out now. But I got my autograph. Thank you, Nas, for being here, because that unlocked a memory, an early memory of manifesting. And it's nice for you guys to dig in your past and remember those times you were able to manifest things on a dime. Because if you did it then with something on a certain level, you could do it on any level. I promise you. It's that detachment that is key. Oh, Nas, I can hug you right now. Jesus. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I said, you just made my whole day. Because that day was definitely memorable. It's one of my core memories. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Now it's completely dark, right? Because look at that. You can't even see the rose quartz anymore. If you guys have any questions, any thoughts, any feelings, anything that come up, right, at any point, and you just want to talk about it, DM me, email me, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. It's Friday. It's the weekend. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself every day, right? Make a special moment out of every day, and definitely make a moment as often as you can, right? Maybe several times throughout the day to celebrate you and the beautiful person that you are. Being that new angels came around to give us that beautiful collective message is a testament of the beautiful person that you are, the magical beings that you guys are. Do not forget that ever. And stay blessed.